Welcome. So you want to build backlinks, and in today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how to build unlimited backlinks using AI. Yes, and by the end of this video, you should be able to build at least 10 to 20 very high quality backlinks by the end of the week. Again, you're not going to be building trashy backlinks that don't move the needle. My goal with this video is to show you step by step how to build quality backlinks that actually move the needle. Because, you're here for a reason, right? You want to build backlinks because ideally the backlinks you build will rank your site higher and you'll make more money. And that's what I'm here for. And so I'm going to show you step by step how to build quality backlinks. Actually, even the same backlinks I build for my own business step by step. So sit down, pay attention. It's going to be a very boring video, but you got to go through the boring stuff to actually succeed in anything in life, in business as well. So let's just jump in straight into my computer. I'll put on my flash glasses once again, because this is going to be very valuable. So let's get going. But actually, before that, if you could do me a huge favor and comment the word backlinks down below in the comments, that'd be amazing. You help push this video out to more people, help with the YouTube algorithm pushing this to other people who might be interested in learning how to build backlinks. If you could do me a huge favor and comment the word backlinks, that'll be amazing. Thanks so much. And while I transfer to my screen, my Miro board, please scroll down, comment the word backlinks, and let's get going. Small interruption. Hello, this is Vasco from the future to show you a cool thing we've developed in Arvo, which is if you go to your dashboard, click on blog automation, click on site optimizers, click create new optimizer, add your site URL, add your language, select how many pages you want the AI to analyze, and hit create. Well, you're going to have this AI agent that automatically goes through all the pages on your site. Right here, I did an analysis to my own domain. It analyzed 50 pages. And what this does is it releases all these little AI agents, AI soldiers onto your sites to analyze a lot of stuff. They analyze your page titles, your meta descriptions, your canonical URLs, your image alt text, your internal links, your schema, right? And it gives you suggestions on what it thinks it's wrong. Here's an example. So for example, for page titles right here, right? Our current page title, for example, for the page, let's see here, for the page AI SEO Editor. So if I could just copy this, go to arvo.com/SEO Editor. This is just a feature page. If you're a local business, well, it'd be like your location page. If you're like an e-commerce store, it'd be like your product page. Because we're a software business, this is like our feature page showing off the feature. Okay, pretty straightforward. Okay, and for this page, right, the AI tells us, okay, your current title, your current meta title is SEO Editor and Content Optimizer Arvo. It's wrong, right? Shouldn't be this, right? And the AI is suggesting, so the suggested title is, hey, we think you should change this to AI-powered SEO Editor, optimize content for our rankings. And here's why. So it gives us a suggestion and tells us why. Hey, listen, this title is more concise and directly highlights the AI aspect of the SEO Editor. But it's giving us our current title and it's suggesting a new one and it's telling us why. Now, we could have simply just not added the why, but I feel like if you're using AI, it's very important to understand why the AI is doing what it's doing, okay? And if you agree with the suggestion, you can hit apply, and the AI agent will automatically go to your site and change it just like that. Or you can decline it. And based on what you apply or decline, the AI will learn for future recommendations. Now, it does this for page titles, meta descriptions, right? Canonical URLs, internal links. I can assure you, if you try this now, you're gonna have a bunch of images, without alt text. We're an SEO tool and we have a bunch of images without alt text. And the AI reads through the image, and if you hit apply, the AI will automatically add the image alt text to the image. Internal links, super cool. Let's say you have a big site with a bunch of pages, like an old site with a bunch of pages, right? Well, it will be a pain in the butt to go through all the sites and actually create links from one page to the other page, this one to this one, this one. What this AI does is it reads through all the pages on your site and it suggests an internal linking structure. For example, right here, it's suggesting we link this page right here, AI news article generator using this anchor text to this page, and here's why. So the AI agents read through our site, they analyze it, and based on reasoning, it gives you suggestions to what it thinks you should change and giving you the reason behind it. You can hit apply or decline, right? There's schema. Right now we have FAQ and article schema. Soon we'll have a bunch more. But this is a pretty simple and fast way to just add your site, hit generate, and have it analyze a bunch of the pages on your site. And sure, yeah, maybe some of these recommendations won't be very valuable, but a lot of them will. I suggest you give it a go because, internal linking, yes, you can do all this manually, and all AI does, AI isn't a magic tool. All AI does is amplify what would you do as a human. So yes, you can build an internal linking structure as a human, but just takes so much work. So just use AI. It's just so much faster. Image, alt text, schema, canonical URLs, just so much this can do. So give it a go. Go to site optimizers, hit create optimizer, select the language, select how many pages you want to do. You can do 1 million pages and give it a go, try it out. And back to the video. All right, we're here. We have a lot to cover, so let's get going. First things first, again, on how to build unlimited backlinks using AI is we have to understand these 6 core concepts. First, what are backlinks? Second, why backlinks are important, why they matter, what type of backlinks are there, what to look for in a backlink. Okay, that's the very next step. How many backlinks should you build? How many backlinks do you need to rank first? And then, of course, step 6, how to build backlinks using AI. Okay, so in order to reach step 6, it's very important that we understand all of these ones. I could just jump straight to 6, but I think it's dumb that I do that. I think it's super important that you understand all the nuances behind this, right? I think it's key that when I'm teaching something that I explain to you like the backbone of stuff and why things work, how they work. Because my goal with this is to have you do this for yourself forever, right? And so for you to accomplish that, you need to understand why things work the way they do, okay? So without out of the way, let's just jump straight into it. So what are backlinks? Backlinks are simply trust signals, okay? A backlink is a trust signal. They are literally a link between two sites with an anchor text. So your site right here, and for example, Forbes, right, linking to you. Because Google trusts Forbes, right? And if Forbes links to you, well, Google is saying, okay, I trust Forbes very much. If they're linking to them, to your site right here, I should trust them as well. Just like in real life, like as a recommendation, right? If you're referring someone for a job position, right? If they trust me and I refer you to the job position, well, you'll be much more trusted in their eyes because they trust myself. Just basically how this works. It is a trust signal, okay? And one of the ways, one of the ranking factors to rank on Google, right, is trust. Also, there's a bunch more like relevancy, proximity, and a bunch more. But this is one of the main ones, trust. Now, backlinks, again, are important because they build trust, which, again, as I said, it is a ranking factor. That's basically it. Don't overcomplicate things. You don't need to. Like, it's literally, that's it, okay? Just a recommendation, a referral to some extent. Now, there's a bunch types of backlinks, right? There's a lot of types of backlinks, right? But the concept is the same, right? It's a trust link, okay? There's comment links, guest posts, niche edits, social links, footer links, profile links, PBN links, GSA, tiered links, expired domain links, believe me, 3 ones. So there's a bunch of stuff, and I do teach you all of these here on the channel. I'll leave links down below for all this, excuse me. If you want a bit of a more detailed breakdown on how all these work, I'll recommend you watch this one right here because it breaks down in 42 minutes exactly all this step by step, going over a couple of more examples. But for this video right here, you don't need to like know all this. If you want like to learn a bit more in depth, what anchor text is, all these types of backlinks, examples from comment links, examples for PBN links, how to build a PBN, etc. Go watch this right here. Again, I'll leave it down below in the description, so don't worry too much about it. Okay, so that's basically it, right? There's all these types of backlinks. Now we'll focus on just 2 because ideally, your link profile contains a bunch of different types of backlinks, right? But if you're just getting started, I'd say we'll just focus on 2 of these, which would be niche edits and guest posts, because they bring you the highest ROI for effort invested. Okay, so now there's a lot of backlinks, right? But what you're looking for in a great backlink, is a mix of metrics and relevancy, right? So a link pointing to your site needs to be both relevant and have high metrics. Now, thing is that you can't blindly trust metrics because they can easily be manipulated. So if we go here to Ahrefs, right, let's say I want to link from this site, right? I look at DR, yes, because DR is a metric that has some validity to some extent, but this can easily be manipulated. I mean, if you go to Fiverr, right, you can find people selling this stuff like DR increase. Let me see here, DR increase for like $20. Okay, so you can just see here, there you go, DR. So you pay this guy $15, he'll increase your DR to 60. Now, does this mean that the link you're getting from the site is more valuable? No. Right? It's just been trashly manipulated and doesn't mean anything. So looking at just DR, you should not and you cannot just look at DR because these metrics, DR, traffic, all this can easily be manipulated. So what I do is I look at a couple of things, right? I look first at the Wayback Machine. So there's basically this site where it allows me to see how a site looked like 1 month ago, 2 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, and I can see if this site was previously spammed. Okay, so if I see that, okay, the site now looks great, right? But if I go into the Wayback Machine and I say, a week ago this site had like, or 2 months ago, this site was like super spammy. I'll show you an example, even like here. If I go to Wayback Machine, right? I can even put my own tool, for example, arvo.com. Okay, and I can see like how the site was last year, which was trash. I'll even show you like never mind, because we rebranded tryjournalist.com. We rebranded from Journalist AI to Arvo. Let's see how the site looked like in 2023. It was trash, but I'll look at it. My point here is that you can, before you get a link from a site, right, look at the metrics, look at the traffic, look at a bunch of more things that I'm going to tell you in a bit, but also don't skip this step because it can all look great in the front end, but then the site actually sucks in the back end. So this was our site, super different. Now, again, this isn't spammy at all, but it was different, right? But if I saw that I want to get a backlink from this site, right, which today looks like this, looks great, right? But before it was like doing casino stuff and all this shady stuff, well, I wouldn't most likely get it. Now, granted, I could also go into Ahrefs and go into their keywords, and I could look for the keywords they rank for year back, and if I saw a bunch of like casinos related stuff, most likely I wouldn't like do the link this domain to my site. Okay, this is what I do, like manually step by step. Okay, so I check the Wayback Machine, right? Then what I do is I check traffic, because again, traffic can easily be manipulated. Let's say, for example, I'm a business in the US, right? I want to link from a domain that's mostly getting US traffic, right? I don't want to link from a domain that has like a bunch of like Asian traffic, right? Nothing wrong with that, but I want it to be super relevant, super niche relevant, okay? Both in terms of the what they talk about as well as the traffic, okay? And usually, granted, right, a lot of these sites have like these huge values in traffic. You go and see the analytics right here in Ahrefs, and you see that most of the traffic comes from like these not poor countries, but countries with low buying intent, which oftentimes, as unfortunate as it is, it's associated with bot traffic. It is what it is, okay? Even though like there's some people who also manipulate US-based traffic. So there's that, take that with a grain of salt. And I'm not just saying that looking at the traffic is from like India or Pakistan, it's bad. No, not necessarily. It's looking at all these metrics. So the Wayback Machine, check the traffic, check the current keyword rankings, because again, you want to link from a relevant domain, right? And what breeds relevancy? Well, it's the keywords that domain ranks for, okay? So go look at the keyword rankings and see if they rank for relevant keywords, okay? Pretty straightforward. Check the relevancy, of course, of the domain, what they sell, what they talk about. It's very important. And then finally, check the metrics. Check the UR, check the VR, check their backlinks. Ideally, spammier sites have non-spammier sites have a closest rate from 1 to 1 between backlinks and referring domains. The closer the 1-to-1 ratio, the better. Okay, and oftentimes if if it's too far away of a ratio, right, it's a high indicator that probably the site is spammy. Is it guaranteed? No. But if you add all this up, Wayback Machine, traffic, metrics, 1-to-1 ratio from backlinks and referring domains, if all of these things are off, well, most likely it is a spammy site. Okay, so again, it's not just one thing, it's a multitude of things. Okay, so these are the things I look for, and I just showed you a live example. Okay, now don't worry, I'll show you how to find the backlinks in a bit. I just want to give you like the theory behind it. Okay, now in terms of number of backlinks, people ask me about this all the time, right? How many backlinks do I need to rank first? Well, honestly, as bad as I'm saying it, it depends, right? There's no magic number of links you build and you rank first instantly, okay? There's not. And so what we can do is a couple of things. First is you look at the number of backlinks your competitors have, okay? You have to deconstruct what they're doing, okay? Look at how many they have. Look if you can replicate some of the ones they have, right? And then build more on top, right? So first things first, look at the number of backlinks the competitors have and build the same number, okay? It's supposed to be cardinal, build the same number and replicate the ones they have, okay? First and foremost, you can use tools like Ahrefs to do that, okay? Then, referring domains of said backlinks, okay? Look at the domains these backlinks are coming from, because again, they could have 9,000 backlinks right here, but if they're trash, well, it's kind of pointless, right? One great backlink is better than 1,000 shitty ones, okay? So look at the referring domains that have these backlinks. If the referring domains are trash, let me just open this up right here and see what we have here. So, I mean, at a glance, it seems like a great couple of domains. Microsoft, GitHub, Ribble, PR Newswire, Indeed, Meetup, Inc., GitHub, Glassdoor, I mean, NYU.edu is pretty cool. Crunchbase, I guess this is free to create. Glassdoor is also free to create. Clutch, I guess it's all free. This is a good one, EDU from University of Texas. So they have quite a few strong referring domains. So look at their referring domains. Don't be overwhelmed. Oh, they have 10,000 backlinks. I'll never be able to reproduce these many backlinks. First things first, most of the times, like one domain has multiple links. So one referring domain, in this case, Inc., links 16 times. So this is 16 backlinks from just one domain. So don't be overwhelmed. Oftentimes, you just have to create one and then have, I don't know, pages in multiple languages or a footer link. So don't worry too much about this. Look at the referring domains. It's less overwhelming. And in this case, only almost 800 referring domains. I mean, they've been around for a long time, so it is quite understandable. But look at the referring domains and see if it's worth replicating the links they have, okay? Then after that, right, you got to look at their anchor text, okay? Anchor text is simply like when, for example, Forbes links to you, okay, from an article, from a page, whatever, there's a little text you click to go to your site. So that's called the anchor text. And this is very important because when you are building backlinks, you need, again, a domain that's very powerful, relevant, all the things we discussed, right? And then the anchor text, let's say you want to rank for, I don't know, aircon unit for small office, I don't know, something like that, okay? Well, if you want to rank for that keyword, you got to make sure that the anchor text, right, has some of your keywords sprinkled in there. You can use exact match anchors, and I talk about this in the video that I referred above. Exact match anchors, long tail versions of your keywords, branded anchors, right? And then, of course, link to a relevant page. Now, there's like, this could be a video in of itself. And this video right here talks about all this stuff, the anchor text. It's very nuanced how you choose the anchor text, why you choose it, right? You look at, one of the things you do is look at the competition and see, okay, let's look at all their links, okay? And what are the anchor texts they're using? Are they using branded? Are they using branded plus long tail? Are they using long tail only? Are they using exact match keyword, right? You want to go for, and I talk about it in the video above, 1 to 5% of your anchors should be exact match, okay? Around 10, long tail, and the rest should be branded and naked URL. Again, I talk about all this in this video right here, so again, don't worry, like all the nuances here. So yeah, there's some nuance to this, right? Don't just build links randomly, okay? The anchor text is very, very important, right? Then where they link out to, right? Most of your links naturally will go to the homepage, okay? But if you're an e-commerce store, for example, well, you might want to send a couple of your links to the product page, the category pages. If you're a plumber, a dentist, whatever, you might want to send a couple of your links to the service pages or the before and after pages. So take a look at the pages that you're ranking for in the first page, maybe 8th, 9th, or the second page, right? Because these pages are like super close to reaching that top 1 to 3 positions. Oftentimes I see people linking to pages that are not even indexed, or pages who are like on the 3rd, 4th, 5th page. That doesn't make much sense. I mean, it makes sense, but the effort you have to put in to get them to the first page or the first 3 positions, it's going to be a lot. So look at the pages you're ranking for the, I mean, middle of the first page, right, or bottom of the first page, because those are like this close to getting ranked higher. And maybe just like 1 to 3 to 4 links can unlock that growth and jump you from position 7th to 2nd. Okay, I've seen this happen a lot of times. Okay, so where you link out to is super important. Okay, don't make links go to waste. Okay, then the velocity, right? A lot of people ask me about this. The velocity of new links being built. Don't be super spammy. Like, don't build 100 links in a week. Okay, right? Build them out, right, in a normal cadence, right? Be somewhat smart about what you're doing, okay? Don't build 100 trash links, or even if there's like 100 good links, like take it slow, okay? But honestly, most of you guys building links manually, there is no way you can take it fast, because this takes time, right? Finding good domains, right? Doing all the back checks on the domain, speaking with the owner, which I'll cover in a bit, don't worry. Having the link placed, this takes time, so it's very hard unless you have like a big team to do links too fast. Okay, so don't worry too much about this. But a lot of people ask me about this, so just rest easy. This for 99.9% of you won't be an issue. Okay, then this one is a big one, and honestly, it's what I see it unlocks the fastest growth. It's just replicating your competitors' backlinks, right? Go into Ahrefs, see the backlinks they have, okay, and see, okay, out of all these ones, which are the, let's say, sort by DR, okay, out of all these, which ones are the best ones, the most relevant ones, and which ones can I copy? Click their links and see, okay, can I copy this one, right? Can I outreach to the site owner, or can I do this? Can I build this backlink myself manually? If so, go build it. It's an easy win. You can do it yourself, or you can hire someone like on a VA to do it for you. Right? It's super simple, right? Replicate all the things they have. Because if your competitors have all this stuff, right, and you copy exactly what they have, plus build something more on top, well, it's a great competitive advantage, to rank higher than them. Now, again, granted, SEO isn't just about backlinks, and I talk about this on this channel all the time, but I mean, backlinks do play a big part, and if you're able to build all links they have, plus some more on top, well, you're in a great position to outrank them quite easily. And again, as I said before, don't forget links are 1/3 of the SEO game, right? We have on-page SEO, everything that happens on the site, right? We have technical SEO, site speed, meta tags, schema markup, all the boring stuff about SEO. So don't forget about those, because they're key. And the little ad I made in the beginning of this video goes over the tool called ArvoMy tool that helps you do technical SEO with the site optimizers. But this also helps you do the on-page, right? You can also generate content, not just blog post articles, but actual pages with AI. For example, again, this just saves you a ton of time. Yes, anything that this tool does, you can do manually. It just takes a ton of time because that's why I'm such a big proponent of AI and using AI in SEO, because all this stuff right here, yeah, you can do all this manually, right? Anyone can do this manually. It just takes a ton of time, right? This AI wrote the article, added the internal links, linking out to internal pages on your site, linking out to your service pages, your product pages, added images, added in-article videos that are relevant to what the content is about. Yes, you can do all this, right? But you have to go to YouTube, find a relevant video, place it here. It's a pain in the butt. AI does this all for you automatically, right? Without like in just a few seconds. This is all done with AI. If you don't like something, you can just speak with this and say, I don't like the intro. It's too tacky. And make sure to mention my dealership XYZ. And you can speak with it and it'll change things back and forth, just as if you were speaking with ChatGPT, right? And you can like take things and say, make this longer or make it shorter or rewrite it, make it simple, make a table, make a list. So you can even sprinkle in your keywords here, you can add links. So the point of this is that you need to use AI for SEO. And SEO isn't just backlinks. SEO is on-page, technical, and off-page SEO, which is backlinks. And for the on-page, for the content that's on your site, well, you can just use AI to write the content. Or one thing you can do is you can take a competitor's link. So if we go here, for example, let's say how this would work. You see this is ranking for a bunch of keywords, bringing in a ton of traffic from my site. What you do is you go here, SEO Editor, start from a link, right? Me, if I was their competitor, or someone else if they were your competitor, and then you can like create a draft and start from my content, right? You can change things around, you can like make this look yours, right? Or you can just delete this and start writing your stuff here and then leverage the AI editor, right? The thing you can select, add links, add keywords, rewrite it, make it longer, make it shorter, or speaking with the assistant back and forth to build out your content, right? So Arvo allows you to use it for the generation of content, but if you don't want to use it for the content generation, you can just use it for content editing using our AI assistant and the in-article editor, which I think saves you a lot of time. So yeah, that's it. Going back here, just want to make a point that backlinks do work, yes, but they're 1/3 of the SEO game. Okay. So yeah, moving on. As a rule of thumb, don't forget when you're building backlinks, the closest to 1-to-1 ratio you can have, the better. Okay. So 1 backlink per referring domain, because usually if you have a lot of backlinks from one domain, they're usually spammy backlinks, okay? Now, the big question, how do you actually build a backlink? So this is all theory, which I think is super important, but how do you actually build a backlinks? Well, first thing, you need to choose a type of backlink, right? For me, the most effective ones are usually guest posts and niche edits. So these are the main 2 backlinks I build, guest posts and niche edits. There's honestly more or less the same thing. A guest post is a link placed on a new post, okay? So these guys wrote a post about our brand, right? A new post, maybe they posted it yesterday and they wrote about it, right? This one, a niche edit, is also known as a link insertion, is a link placed on an existing post, usually already indexed, already aged, already with some traffic, and they just go here and find a clever place to add a link to our site. Okay, so guest posts, they post a new post on their site, brand new, not indexed, it takes a while to index, and they link it to your site. Niche edits, they go and find a existing post on their site, already indexed, ideally already getting some traffic, and they find a way to add a link to your site from there. That's basically it. Now, how do you build these? Well, I'm going to play a clip right now on exactly how I build them, how I find the sites. Okay, so play the clip. How do you do this? It's using simply search prompts. You're going to use search prompts to find the best sites to place links on. And I have here a list. I'll leave it down below in the description. If I forget, let me know. But essentially, we're going to be using these search prompts in Google to find the best sites to post links on. Now, I also want to go over how to find the sites, what to look for, what not to look for, bad sites, awful sites, and great sites. Okay, so let me break down that for you right now. And after that, I'm going to tell you how you can leverage AI to automate all this and essentially basically to write valuable content that the site owners actually want to post. Because if you are reaching out to them to build guest posts, you want to write the content, right? You want to have full control over the content that they're posting on their site. But more on that later on. Right now, I'm just going to show you exactly how to look for the sites, right? What not to look for. It's very, very important. You don't want to be building bad links. So let me go over that real quick in my other tab, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're here. The first step you're going to want to do is write the following text in URL, write for us, and then your niche, right? I'll leave a list in the description for a bunch of these prompts you can use, because you can use different ones. You can use guest posts, you can use a bunch of them. Again, I'll leave a link in the description for different ones, because different prompts will find you different sites. But for this video's sake, let's just go with this one, which is quite simple. So let's say your niche is lawyers. Let's do niche lawyer, okay? And then hit search. Now I'll go over what these little boxes are right here. They're called the Moz bar, but I'll go over that in just a second. But when you write this, here are a couple of sites, of course not all, that in theory will allow you to write for them, as the prompt says, right? So let's just take a look. And this is exactly how we do it, right? Let's see here. Okay, so this site is a lawyersource.com.au, and they seem pretty credible, but we'll go over it. But we'll go over the site, the traffic, and the metrics in just a second. But as you can see, right here we find a guest post submission guidelines. Every single one of these sites should have some guidelines. The amount of words, the image you need to include in the post, no promotional content, whatever. Again, you can read all this. Then of course they have instructions on how to submit it. Super straightforward, just email this email, okay? Now let's say this one, this is another site. This one looks a bit more spammy. I see a bunch of ads. This one looks a bit more spammy than the other one. It has a bunch of different categories. So this wouldn't be a site where you'd want to place a link on. Of course, you can look at the metrics right here, and this is where the Moz bar comes in. This is the free way, because this is a free extension. Anyone can download this this Chrome extension. That's as you can see here. Just go to moz.com or write Moz bar. I can even show you Moz bar, and it's a free extension which you can download for free, right? And basically this allows you, if you're doing this for free, if you're not using a paid tool, which again I'll explain to you in a second how we do this with the paid tool, allows you to see basically the metrics of these domains, right? But let's look for a couple of more ones. Let us see, as you can see, PA39, DA59. This one looks like a good site, but again, yeah, as you can see, something to take note, and you'll learn about this the more you do it, is that these sites that have a bunch of different categories are not the sites you want to go for. Because these sites are basically farming paid posts, right? Because they have all the categories, they accept all the niches, they just want to make money, right? So I wouldn't go for these super generic sites. I would go for niche sites. Because after all, you're building niche edits, right? The site needs to be niched down. So there's three things you need to worry about: the site niche, the metrics, and if it gets traffic. Because of course, if you're having all this work, you want to make sure that the link is placed on a niche site, one with high metrics, and that on the page that your link will be placed, it is a page with traffic. And this is something you cannot really check for free, right? Using the Moz bar or any other tools, you cannot really check the traffic of a certain page for free, not that I know of, to be honest. But this free way allows you to go very far, right? Allows you to find sites that are actually accepting guest posts. For example, this one, if you're in the lawyer niche, this one accepts guest posts and niche edits. Allows you to find the metrics, but not the traffic. Now, this one, as we saw before, allows for guest posts. But now one thing we want to do, of course, is create the actual post, right? We have to write the actual guest post. And I'm going to show you how you can do it, and making sure that the post is actually very, very valuable. And not only that you benefit from the link juice, right? But also maybe, because the post is that good, you can also try and rank the guest post on Google. So it's 2-in-1. So here's how you do it with AI. Okay, so first I want to show you how the actual posts can look like if you actually do them with AI. Everything you see here is all done with AI. The featured image, the table of contents, all the content structuring, right? The in-article images, there's internal links, so linking out to other pages on my site. There's external links linking out to other authoritative sources, bullets, tables, quotes, even, of course, in-article videos that are relevant to what the content is about. Now, what you see here is an actual valuable post, right? Guys wanting to, or website owners wanting and accepting guest posts want, of course, the highest quality type of post, right? And so, yes, you can do all this with manually, right? But it's going to take you a lot of time. Yes, you can pay someone, but it's going to take you a lot of time and money. Or you can just use AI to generate all this. This costed 80 cents, by the way, 80 cents, less than $1, okay? So I want to show you how to do this. But I want to hammer it home that's important to make sure that if you're building links on these sites, right, if you're building guest posts, you want to make sure that first, right, number one, the site is good, so great metrics, great traffic, all that, as I explained before. But two, that the post you are posting that links out to your site, right, is an actual valuable post. Again, like we see here with images, videos, links, tables, right, all this. Because again, you want the site where the link is coming from to be great. You want the post as well from where the link is coming to the site to be fantastic, okay? So don't neglect the post where your link is in. Don't do this, okay? It needs to be hyper quality and hyper relevant, of course. The higher the relevancy, the better, okay? So again, this is the free way that allows you to find sites using these prompts. Again, I'll leave a link in the description where you have a bunch of these different prompts. It allows you to find the sites that are actually accepting guest posts or niche edits. It allows you to find out the metrics of the sites, 100% for free. But now I want to show you the paid way, which will allow you to find actual pages with traffic where you can put your links on. And even better, I'll go over a broken link building strategy you can use to oftentimes get links for free. So the paid method involves using Ahrefs, and Ahrefs is kind of a pricey tool. I think the lowest package is around $100 per month, but it's a super valuable tool and you can do a lot with it. But let's just go over how to find proper niche edit opportunities. So let's paste in here the site we were looking at before and let's see what it shows us. Now, there's two ways we can do this. So there's two ways how we can find pages on this site where we want to put links on. The first types of pages are pages that have strong backlink profiles, and the second types of pages are pages that have a lot of traffic. Now, of course, you want to have a mix of both traffic and link juice, but sometimes it can happen that either you cannot find a page with both traffic and link juice, or that the site owners are not offering paid posting on certain types of pages that either have high traffic or high link juice or both, right? If that makes sense. Now, first one, how do we find the pages on the site that have the most link juice? Just go in here and click best by links. That will give you all the pages that the site has and sorted by the amount of links and the power of those links. Ahrefs can be a confusing tool if you're just looking at this for the first time, so I'll be brief. So let's say here, for example, this page right here as around 183 do follow links, as a UR of 9, and overall it's one of the top pages in this site for in regards to link juice, right? So what you do, you go here, look at the page, try to find and try to understand if this page is something or is a place where you'd want to insert a link to your site from. And if your niche is lawyers, I would assume that this page would be great for you. But of course, this is yet another part of this manual outreach and manual link building, is that you need to look at the pages and find out which ones best suit your site. If this one does, then you just simply do what we talked about before, is just get in touch with them. In this case, they even have a Write For Us page right here. Just get in touch with them, send them an email asking for their pricing, for their processes, describe what you want. Make sure that the email is short and straight to the point, right? This is very important because you don't want to have a bunch of fluff in the email that you're sending out, right? So that's a way you can find the best pages that have the best and strongest links on a certain site, right? Because of course, again, you want to place your link on these strongest pages. That makes, of course, sense, right? Because of course, you want to place your link on these strongest pages. Now, what if you wanted to find the pages that have the most traffic? Super simple. You go to top pages, scroll down, and there you go. Here you have the top pages by traffic. For example, we can click on this one right here, best immigration lawyer in Brisbane. And this would not be a page where you could insert a link. Maybe you could insert here a face of your lawyer's CEO of the company. Maybe if it is from Brisbane, I don't know. But I guess you can be creative and try and insert here your link. I mean, all these links link out to this lawyer firm. So let me see if they are actually do follow or no follow. Let's see, they are do follow. So I would assume these lawyers most likely will be paying to be here. Not too sure. I don't want to insinuate anything, but I think you can see the opportunity here, right? You can see that this page is getting traffic, and if you're a lawyer firm in Brisbane, you could ask them again. You have to get in touch with them, with the site owner, to ask them the pricing for a feature over here. And in this case, because this is one of the top traffic pages, you're not only getting link juice, because this is a do follow link from the powerful site, and this page is also powerful. If I'm not mistaken, the page has, let me see if I can find I can't really find the metrics right now, but the thing here is that you're getting a link from a page that has great metrics, from a site that has great metrics, but a page that has a bunch of traffic. So you could get people going through your website through this page. So you have to play around and try to find a good balance between pages with traffic and pages with great metrics. Yeah, that's it. Long clip, but that's basically what I do, okay? And then I want to go over a pretty cool, also another link building strategy, which is links from NGOs, so non-governmental organizations and nonprofits. This is a super powerful, highly location niche relevant link building strategy, which I'm now pairing up with these two. So now I do guest posts, niche edits, and I do this one as well, because like this is so untapped right now, because it's tricky to build, but easy at the same time. So I'm going to play the clip right now to show you exactly how I build these backlinks, which are super powerful. So play the clip. Welcome. So I'm going to show you step by step how you can acquire links from very powerful .org domains. So domains that are from organizations with ADR from around 40 upwards to around 90 for free. So here's how you do it. let's say, for example, let's choose a niche. Let's say my niche is, for example, pet grooming, and I'm in Dallas. So I'm a pet grooming company. Again, this works for any business anywhere. Just for example's sakes, I need to use this. Okay. So again, this is me. Let's assume, for example, this right here is my site. Okay. Let me just paste this. I don't know who these guys are. Let's assume again, this is our site. Let me just paste it here into Ahrefs to see. Okay, we have at the moment 3.1 backlinks, 3.1K backlinks from 400 domains, and our DR is 50. And we want to get more backlinks because the competition has a higher DR and has even more powerful backlinks than us. And so how do we build the perfect backlink? So by now you know that the perfect backlink is one that has very high metrics, that's an M, right? And also very high levels of relevancy, right? So this is the two things you want when you're building links. Metrics, of course, high DR, high UR, high traffic, right? And relevancy, of course, is if our site is about dog grooming, right? We want links to be pointing out to our sites that are related with dog grooming, right? We don't necessarily want a link from a store that sells or a car mechanic, right, linking to us. Even though it might be from a powerful domain with traffic, it's a very irrelevant link. So the perfect link again is one that's with high metrics, high DR, high UR, high traffic, right, and as well as relevant. And the best links that satisfy these criteria are these from non-profit organizations. So what you do, just go to non-profits, let's say Dallas, for example. Again, I just click this, open this. This is like a directory of non-profit organizations in Dallas, okay? I just opened up a couple, right? There's this one, for example, Greyhound, whatever, right? There's this one for breast cancer. There's this one for not too sure, right? There's a bunch of them, right? I just pasted some here, okay? Now, if we take this, for example, the Greyhound, whatever, because it's in our niche, just open up their site right here, right? It's this one right here. They changed the domain. So this is the site, okay? So again, a .org domain, right? Hyper relevant because this is, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's a adoption or a non-governmental organization, or non-profit organization, right? So in the dog niche, right? We pasted it right here. So DR 40, which is decent, right? Domain with real traffic, okay, right? On our .org, which is a powerful, trustworthy TDL, okay? What we do, and all these sites have this, okay? You go to their sponsors page because every single one of these nonprofits has a sponsor page, right? And you see here on these sponsor pages, these are all links to businesses in the area. For example, this is linked to, let's see, this is linked to another foundation, right? This is linked to, let me see here. Some of these are links to foundations, of course. This is linked to a business, right? To a private business that sells dog foods, okay? And so what you do, quite simply, and the way you show up here in these sponsor pages is just you reach out to them and you make a donation, right? And in return, right, they allow you to be placed on here on this sponsor page, right? So again, yeah, you are paying for the link, you're giving a donation, which goes to a great cause, and you're getting a backlink. So this is the best type of backlink you can have. Again, super powerful domain, super relevant. And there's a ton of these, right? There's a ton. I just searched nonprofit Dallas, and there's infinite, right? There's 12 pages, right? It's insane, right? You can just go through these, open these up, right? Again, open the URL, see how powerful. Again, this is gone. But again, open and see how powerful they are. For example, this right here, right? DR 60. Surely they have a page for, let's see, donate, right? They have a page for donation, so you can donate, of course. And surely they have a page for their sponsors somewhere around here. Oh yeah, there you go. Impact, and go to partners. Go to partners, there you go. All their partners right here. And again, all this links to the business. So I go here and click this coffee, for example. Again, a link to this coffee brand, a private business, right? There you go. What they did is they just most likely donated to this cause, which again is great. You're donating to a good cause and getting a backlink in return from the sponsors section. Super easy to do, right? Super easy to do. Again, for a good cause, and you get a great backlink. Short one today, but this is super valuable, right? It's insanely valuable and it's super easy to do. And it's a strategy that not a lot of people talk about because I don't know why, not a lot of people know about it, but it's insanely powerful. And this allows you to get backlinks that most of your competitors will not have guaranteed. So you get exclusive backlinks that your competition doesn't have, plus high metrics, so high traffic, high DR, high UR, right? And hyper relevant, hyper niche down, okay? So that's it. And there you go. So these 2 or 3, I guess, link building strategies is what I do. And this is exactly how you build them. Now, if you don't want to do it yourself, well, funny enough, if you click here, purchase the backlinks, I can do all this for you, right? Here's the price, right? Again, all the stuff that I just showed you is exactly what I do here if you pay me to do it for you, right? Okay. So if you don't want to have the work, well, just pay me and I'll do it for you. Ahrefs, the are 40 plus guaranteed, 1,000 plus in month organic traffic, niche placements, etc. I look at the Wayback Machine. I do all the stuff that I just showed you is exactly what I do step by step manually on my end. So here's the price. If you want to do it yourself, go ahead. If not, just pay me and I'll do it for you. And there's a bunch of results right here of people who actually did pay me to do it for them. So a bunch of results right here, which you can see again. Arvo.com, scroll down, click on purchase backlinks, and you can see all this stuff. We don't hide a single thing. We only hide, of course, the client's domains because that's private information. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but where does AI come in? Well, there's 3 places, I guess, where AI comes in. First thing is writing the content, right? Saving you time writing the content, right? Because if you want to do a guest post, well, someone needs to write the content, okay? Well, if it's them or if it's you, it's going to take time. And maybe so you want it to be yourself because, I mean, you want to make sure that it's brand tailored, has some nuance, has all the things you want. And again, looking here at Arvo, I mean, again, full disclosure, this is my tool, but this is the only one that does it. For example, a small feature like this right here, the knowledge base, right? This allows you to feed in RAI. You feed RAI with assets, right? With your brand assets. What a brand asset is videos, your website, text documents, audio documents, anything, right? All these are brand assets, and you can feed RAI, all this stuff. So then the AI is able to produce brand tailored content with your own brand's tone of voice, your brand's mannerism. So it's not AI generic type of content. It's brand tailored AI, brand tailored content written with AI. Okay, so this is pretty cool. So then you can use, and I've showed you a couple of examples of how the content looks like. For example, here's a couple of in the gardening niche. I like to use the gardening niche as an example because it's super visual, and this is all done with AI, right? It's all done with AI. The images, the videos, all this we're here with AI. You can just use this, right, to send it to them, right, for them to post it on their site as the post. Okay, because some content needs to be written. Okay, so AI is used to write the content. That's basically it, okay? And a couple more things, 2 more things actually, which are super valuable, I think, and that's where AI comes in, is it's optimizing it. Because, yes, AI, by default, wrote this, but you might want to optimize it a bit, right? It's your link, you're paying for it. Well, you might want to make the best out of it. So things like, again, as I said before, using the editor to sprinkle in a couple more of your keywords to make this even more relevant, adding a couple more links if you can, rewriting this, making it a bit more longer, make it shorter, right? Or using the assistant to make sure it mentions your brand more times, make sure it mentions a certain product, make sure, honestly, this you can do anything you want with it, okay? You can just speak back and forth with it, just like if you were using ChatGPT. It will change things around on the site automatically, add videos, add images, add links. So optimize it. Make sure that it is properly optimized for your brand and that you are making the most out of the link you're paying for, out of the link placement. Make sure that this is a great piece of content that not only works as a link to your site, but has the opportunity and the chance to rank itself. Because the page, right, where you're posting the backlink, right, this page links to your site, right, to your site. It's great, right? You get the backlink juice, but this page can rank as well. So make sure to optimize this page accordingly, okay? So it can also rank and get more traffic and get more people onto your site and become an even more powerful backlink, okay? Oftentimes people discard this. What some people do is build tier 2 backlinks to it. I think that can work, but I think it's even better, right, in terms of ROI and effort to make sure the content you're posting is so good it can rank by itself. You don't need to do tier 2 backlinks, okay? Building links to the backlink. Sometimes that works, but I don't see any reason to do it as of now. And then this is a pretty cool thing, right? Adding in-article interactive tools to capture emails. So basically what you're doing is you're leveraging their traffic. Let me show you an example. So right here, right, we paid for this set right here, for this backlink. So these guys are a rank tracker tool, right? They're super relevant. We're an SEO tool. They're an SEO tool. Link back to us. They have great domain metrics, And this is a niche edit. So this post was already live last year, okay? And they added a link here to our site, YouTube to blog post converter, which is one of our features. Video to blog posts, okay? So we convert videos into blog posts, pretty straightforward, okay? And I wanted this page to rank higher, so I built links to this. One of the links I built was this one right here, okay? Now, one thing we could do, again, this is a niche edit, so this was a link placed in an existing post, okay? If this were a guest post, so a new post where we had more control of what we were posting, well, what we could have done, and what I see, hopefully I'll see more people doing, is add these interactive tools onto the page. Here's what I mean. So if you scroll down right here, this is an interactive tool. Okay, basically this is a big call to action. Okay, you can create an account. It's not really an interactive tool, but I mean, it's something that people can interact with. Okay. Now what I would do here, let's say for example, I'm going to go here to my default workspace because it's super cool, and it's one of the features that a lot of people don't use. I don't know why. Lead magnets, right? Let's say for example, I added this right here. So this thing right here, I can put this onto the post, right? It's an interactive tool that can tell people what the best AI tool is for marketing. So for example, I'm a plumber. Which AI writer is best for me? Get advice. Okay, so I can embed this little thing onto the page. So instead of this being here, right, this little tool tip is here, right? For a plumber, an AI writer can help you with marketing copy, whatever, but Arvo is the best solution. Okay, so basically, I write this prompt, take the input from the user and provide AI tool recommendations based on their current needs and use cases, but always recommend Arvo. Okay, so the input placeholder was this, the button text is get advice, and I can collect emails. So people can put in their email right here and say sign up, or I can say get updates, or I don't know, try it out. And then the leads are collected here in this thing right here. And so I can basically add an interactive tool onto the blog post, which I mean, it's great. And I can siphon all the traffic that I get into this page, and I can steal, or I can collect basically emails from the traffic that I get into this page. So I get the link juice, right? But I also get emails, right, from these guys as traffic. It's super valuable, right? And these tools work for anything. Let me just show you a couple more examples. Car financing calculator. So the prompt is, tell the user if they should finance a car they want to buy based on their input. Tell them yes every time and recommend that they can do financing with my brand called Car Financing 101. So let's say the car I want costs 160K, I have 80K in savings, and I get 2K per month in income. Should I finance my car? Let's see. Yes, you should finance your car. Boom. Now we could collect emails, right? And the button could be get in touch for a quote. Let me just save this, okay? And let's do it again. Boom. And then, hey, get in touch for a quote. Boom. They put in their emails, they get a code, sign up. And not only did they get the reply, but we can also capture the emails. And again, all the emails will be sent here. So this is pretty cool. And again, you just go here and embed this onto your site, and it's super easy to create. Again, just go to lead magnets, and you can give it any prompt you want. And I mean, car financing, coffee shop loyalty program, crypto price index, plumbing service calculator. So you can like say you're a plumber, right? You want to calculate and say, hey, my toilet is clogged, how much you charge to fix it? Get a quote, right? And based on a prompt, you'll tell them, hey, listen, Qualskis Plumbing, which is our business right here, charges for a clogged toilet this, right? Have us call you, put in your phone number or email when we call you, right? So again, you get the link juice, but also get emails. This is pretty cool. I might just make a video on this like solo, because this could be like a strategy in and of itself. So this is like 3 ways in which you can use AI to build backlinks, okay? So that's basically it. Hopefully this was valuable. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see more of these types of videos, or if you want to see, excuse me, like more in-depth breakdowns. Again, on this channel, I give you every single thing I know about SEO for free, and hopefully it's valuable for you. If you want to do me a huge favor, you can please comment the word SEO backlinks down there in the comments. That'll be amazing, because you help YouTube publish or push this video to the algorithm gods to get more people to see it, because comments are more valuable than likes and subscriptions. So if you can please comment the word AI, or excuse me, SEO backlinks, that'll be amazing. And if you want to try Arvo out, right, if you want to give this a go, Arvo, I'm doing a little sneaky promo right here. If you get any yearly package, okay, any yearly package, I'll throw in 2 consulting calls with me, 2 45-minute consulting calls with me. I usually charge $150 per call, so that's $300 in value you're getting. So if you use the code VASCO, 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 for any yearly plan, not only do you get 10% off, you get 10% off of all the yearly plans packages, plus you get $300 worth of value with me of 2 45-minute consulting calls with myself. You can ask me anything you want. I can go over your site. I can like give you tips on what I think you should be doing if I was like the business owner. I can help you with links. I can help you with content. I mean, I can help you with anything you want. Again, 2 45-minute sessions with myself, $300 worth of value, plus the 10% off if you use the code VASCO. That's all included. I'll probably cap this to 10 people. So yeah, if you're watching this video, yeah, I'll do this. Although I won't cap it to people, I'll cap it to 6 months. Okay, so if you're watching this video 6 months from now, this won't be valid anymore. That being said, if it's 6 months from now, as of today, just comment the words and say, hey, Vasco, I really want the consulting calls, and I'll open up an exception. I'll get in touch with you. So yeah, that's it. Like, subscribe, and go watch this video right now, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.